Sometimes it's hard to find a reason why, when everything is falling and all that's left to do is try your best to keep holding on to the next sunrise. But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Sometimes a mountain means it's time to climb higher than you've been before. So hold on tight and close your eyes. You'll make it faster than you know. Closer to the sunrise. 'Cause you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found.
Gotta get myself on the screen. Good evening, everybody. It's another Wednesday. I'm so happy to see everyone who's joined us. Let me get these headphones off. I don't need those right now. So tonight we're going to just keep it pretty low key. I'm going to be doing card readings for anyone who's interested. You just need to put your name in the chat. Speaking of which, let me get that up on my screen so I can see. There we go. I think I got it. Yeah, I think I got it. So Wednesday, March 25th. How's your week been? Mine has been hectic, hectic, hectic. Not that I'm like running around from spot to spot, but I've been working very busily in the shop. As you know, we have started to mark down everything in the store. We're starting the process of closing down the retail location of Happy on Main. So for the last week prior, everything was 15% off. This is the final week where everything is 15% off inside the shop. And then next week, we're going to bump it up significantly. It's going to go up to 30% off everything in the store. So just keep that in mind. If you've got any gifts to buy or any Christmas gifts to buy, things are already looking kind of like empty and breezy in there. I'm starting to find it a little challenging to plug the holes with and move things around and make the store feel like it's moving and thriving. So I mean, that's what I want. I want to see everything sell. So yeah. I am just having a really hard time right now putting too much effort into the show today. So just because I've been pulling so many late nights getting the shop ready, it requires a lot of my time, and so I'm very distracted. I think tonight will be a great day to just do card readings for everyone. I'm just going to hide this and see if all you need to do is put your name in the chat and I will pull cards, and we're going to dive into that very shortly. So, before we move on to card readings for everyone, hi Janice, wonderful. Absolutely, I'll put your name down. So Janice wants a card reading and she's just put her name down in the, I'm wondering here, like, hi Ashley VYSE in Instagram. Welcome to watching the show. I'm going to try and look at comments here in the Instagram because for some reason Instagram doesn't translate over in the comments. I don't believe so. So I will look in here, and if somebody wants to have a reading and they're listening from Instagram, I will try and make an effort here to look every now and then. So I'm going to skip back into here. Hello, B. These are my regular friends. These are my buddies. I'm so happy to see you. You know, these Wednesdays are great, aren't they? Like it just, I just look forward to it so much. It's an opportunity to like get together with our friends and just chit chat. I guess I'm talking to myself, but I'm envisioning you all and thinking of all you beautiful people and how you could be chuckling or laughing along with me. Hi! Oh, wonderful! AKI One Listen 94. Welcome to Happy Thoughts with Claudette. Tonight we're going to be pulling cards. Kathy wants a card too, Janice says. So wonderful. I'm going to add you in, Kathy. Okay, so if you would like a card pulled later, I'm going to probably start in about 10 minutes or so. We will get rolling and start reading cards. Man, last night I did a card reading for one of my regulars, and it was so deep and intense. Oh my goodness. She even took a photograph of the spread. It was just like, you know, sometimes when you do a card reading, I'm subbing AKI. Okay, I'm not sure what that means, subbing, but if you want a card reading, you just make sure you put it in the comments and turning off notifications. Oh, got you. Okay. Yeah, definitely turn off notifications. I can definitely pull you a card, AK, and then later on you can re-listen to the show if you're not able to follow along. Hi, Doris. Alas. Okay, wonderful. Hey, for anyone that's listening or has listened, make sure you give a thumbs up that you're enjoying the show. It's going to help me because I'm only in year 2 doing the show. So so I can come back. Awesome. I'm so thrilled to see that, AK1 listener 94. So yeah, just put your name in the chat and we're going to start in about 10 minutes and do card readings. But yeah, yes, last night I did a reading and it was just so deep. And sometimes, like I was saying, it's just like Spirit has such a direct and intense message that they need to get across. And it was an example of that last night. I couldn't believe, I can believe it, but I remember just being in awe and just feeling so honored to be an instrument and to be able to convey those messages to someone. That's such an honor. Hey, B, do you want... Okay. AKI... AK-less is wanting one. B is wanting one. Doris, make sure you put does a thumbs up mean you want one too? I'm going to say yes. Doris is going to want one. All right. So, every show is titled based on a tarot card. And we've already burned through one tarot. I don't know, burned? That's kind of bad to say, but I just mean like we've used a whole deck and we've moved on to another deck, and it's Bodicia's Tarot. So let me go over here because I want to add the camera. Extra camera, yes please. Let's share and add to the stage. And I find this is the best one right here. So you can see the tarot box here, Bodicia's Tarot of Earthly Delights by Caroline Kenner and Pamela Millett, deck creator and artist. And so we've given them the honor of being the next deck that we showcase. So every Wednesday, I pick a card out and that determines the title of the show. And oftentimes the card is quite relatable. And of course it would be to what we're going to be talking. Oh, well, Doris, make sure you like or subscribe so then you can come another day when it works for you, or go back and watch the show, because I've got you marked down. So I'm going to actually read you a card and then you can listen later, okay? So, Four of Tentacles is what we ended up calling the show this week. Here we go. I'm going to bring it up closer because it's always fun to look at that card. There's so much beautiful detail in these cards. And there's a lot of barnacle, and I had to kind of laugh at myself because I thought, oh boy, I think we're going to have some big words because they're so eloquent. Like, this feels like I'm reading a university level description with this deck. It's very educated, is how I'd like to say it, more learned. And so I'm seeing some creatures in there, and I'm assuming awesome. Doris, amazing. I love that. I love you, and I appreciate that so much. So I'm going to put the card back here in the holder, and I'm going to look at the image myself. Four of Tentacles. Four of Tentacles. And because I want to look at the image in the book so I can look along with you instead of me turning my head over to the side to look at it. Here we go. It's such a lovely sized book. I mean, you can see it. It's huge. And then the pages are in color, and there's a lot of in-depth information. So there we go. Bodicia's Tarot. Yes, thank you, at Parlous Louch. Thanks so much. Yeah. So every show, when I'm mentioning a product or something that we're using, we will have all the links in the YouTube show notes so that you can go find that deck for yourself if you'd like, or you'd like to learn more, see who the creators are and follow them. Guys, I can't stress enough how accessible a lot of these people are that create the tarot decks and the oracle. Me too is nighttime for me. All right. Good night, Doris. Have sweet dreams. And I'm glad you found us. So I always love going on social media, Instagram, Facebook, and I will go find the creators, especially if I'm reading a book or I'm using a deck that I really am finding that it's really zinging for me. I want to go find those people, and I go like their profiles, and you can subscribe. And sometimes they will even have free little videos, or they're going to go on live like what I'm doing. And so you can learn more about them and see if they're part of your tribe or not. So yeah, I want to encourage you, don't be shy. Utilize social media to your advantage and for your educational purposes. Anybody you read, go and explore, go see. Tries to be careful when meeting an author. Oh, in person? Yeah, I don't know, but I like to follow them on social media and see what they're posting. And it's almost like going down a rabbit hole because you will often get exposed to other interesting topics or people. And so I find it very helpful. And that's actually how I started to really explore the world of UFOs and extraterrestrials, because that's part of my origin story from when I was a very, very little girl. And so I started to read a lot of books, and I would look those people up, and next thing I knew, I saw that there were gatherings, there were conventions, and The first time we traveled, I didn't even tell my husband what I'd done till he came home that night. And I said, hey, just so you know, I just bought tickets to a convention. So he was like, what? And I remember he was so anxious and nervous and thinking, what have we gotten ourselves into? We traveled to Minneapolis, Minnesota, and I'm telling you, that was it for us. We loved it. And the people were so friendly because when you travel to a convention, say you're very interested in near-death experiences, whatever it is that makes you zing and you just can't get enough of it, you meet like-minded people and they are wanting to have conversations. And so it's a very jovial time on them for the most part. And you end up networking and meeting people who have just as much passion as you do. And you also get to meet the people that have written the books or the podcasts that you watch. So, yeah. Just want to invite you and let you know that that is available to you. What is this? Popcorn yellow striped smile. At least you took a chance at an event. Yes, I did. And it changed my life, Parlous Lounge. I met so many wonderful people that are lifelong friends. And actually, we're getting very excited to do this again and reestablish some friendships, rekindle, and do some traveling. So let me look at this picture. 4 tentacles. I'm going to do the old flip up my glasses so I can see. She's wearing a very deep red gown and that collar lifting up like that. And it's interesting because she has the sea creature by the tail. And yet it looks very malleable. Like for me, if I were to interpret this, I would say as though there is an opportunity, but it could easily slip out of your hands. It's very fluid and it's of time is of the essence. This is my interpretation. If I were to look at this card and I had to come up with a meaning, and I'm looking, there are other creatures in the water. Some are all of them are actually exposed a bit. So I think that there are many different opportunities showing themselves, but you have like the golden opportunity. This is the white creature that she's hanging on to, and I think it is the opportunity of the highest and the greatest potential for you in your journey. I feel like this is more like for commerce and networking. She's wearing an apron, so I feel like this is like work related. And the bathing is, I feel like the water again, well, I mean, this is very water based, this deck, but I would say that this is about also looking at this emotion and transmuting it so that it's no longer ruling your life. Very interesting. Very interesting. I like this a lot. Should we just read in? I'm just going to see what the comments are, and then I think we'll just dive in and find out what the creators of this deck say this card is. Is it a cephalopod? Wow, filtering system. I love those ideas, Parlous Louch. I know, wasn't expecting a suit of tentacles. It's a very unique deck. I just absolutely love it. And thank you again to the creators giving us the opportunity and the permission to use this. Absolutely. I know. Let's find out. I'm going to dive right in. So here's the description of the card, the 4 of Tentacles. A stalwart maid stands on stone steps at the edge of a Venetian canal. She holds a foppish white nudibranch by the tail, its head trailing in the water at her feet. Her disdainful expression shows her scorn for the slimy beast. 3 of the sea slugs, compatriots, float nearby, offering themselves. Behind the maid, there is a lovely garden. Opulent palazzos flank the canal, and a gondola bobs gently in the background. But she is a servant. She cannot relax and enjoy her lavish surroundings. Her job is to grapple with a sea slug. Interesting. So the interpretation of this card, it is important to choose your nudibranchia wisely. Some people are never satisfied. If even the fanciest nudibranch is not good enough for you, it's time to find a new canal. Wow. I like this message. So for me, what I get out of that is also something very important, and it's very applicable to my life, is I have not given myself enough permission to shine. And this show is part of me learning how to shine and be authentically myself. I've never been nervous to be myself, but I've not really been comfortable in the spotlight. And I feel like it's very, I don't know, I was just raised that you don't draw attention to yourself. It's selfish. It's like being loud. And yet I feel like this card to me is talking about all of the listeners that can relate to this idea where they keep dimming their light. They keep grabbing for the low fruit because that they think that's all that they're worthy of. You are worthy of so much. You know, Creator that created us, our souls are all equal up there. All equal, and we are all incredibly valuable, and we all are worthy of anything, any of the highest, the most beautiful fruit that's available to us. Opportunities are limitless. We only have to reach out and give ourselves permission to reach out. Yes. Oh, it could be bioluminescence. It could be in the dark. Super cool, Parlaj. Yes. Okay. So this card, when it's in the correct position, talks about frustration with available options, sometimes narcissism, entitlement, or lack of appreciation. When you don't like any of the choices available to you, it's time to plan a course correction. What is the next best step you could take to give yourself a better range of choices? Would more training help? Or is it that you're worried about upsetting somebody in your group of acquaintances because it means that you have to step out of the group? You have to do something a little bit different and more unique, that's better suited for you. How's everyone going to interpret that when you step out and do something a little bit different? You know, if you're going to live your life worrying about how others are going to react to the things that you are doing that are not being selfish, they're not being harmful to anyone, they simply are being authentic to yourself, I feel as though that needs to be examined, because you are living a very important life. It's important for you. And I want you to grasp and go for every opportunity that your heart desires to go for. You are living a purposeful life when you are chasing the things that make your heart sing. No one really wants to be in charge of procuring fancy but venomous sea slugs. What have you learned from grappling with nudibranchias? How can you apply those lessons to a less toxic, less slimy job? I think it's time. I think it's time for many listeners to be pushing past what's comfortable into a new realm, just as I am doing. So I'd love to encourage you all to take the lessons that you've learned and move forward and have faith that the things that you've learned are going to be helpful for you going forward, because they are. There are no wrong turns. Every turn is important in your life. Every marker is important in your life. And I'm sure that when you look back at times in your life, you go, wow, that makes sense now why that happened the way it did. So I just want to encourage you, if you're at that crossroads where it's time to make some choices, you're feeling like everything is the same day in, day out, you're unsatisfied, you're feeling like you've hit the ceiling and there's no more growth here, that's because it's time to step out. You're being made uncomfortable, so you'll step out and go through the next door, open the new chapter in your life. A different approach with a different creature. Yeah. Hello, Gen26W. Welcome. We're so happy to have you here. We're going to be pulling cards very shortly. And if you would like to have a card read for you, simply put your name in the chat saying you would like to have a card reading. So I don't really want to go there. I'm going to go into the symbols because this is always very interesting. Alice in the Wonderland. Okay, Venice. Yes, because that's the background and the setting of this card. A city of reflections and water, one of the most beautiful places of the world. And then the palazzos represent comfort, plenty, even luxury. The gondola represents a means of escape is available. And the nudibranchia is venomous, hermaphroditic, occasionally cannibalistic creatures. Yikes, cannibalistic creatures. Wow. This makes me feel like I'm just hearing like a message about that too. We can be our own worst enemies, right? We prevent ourselves from chasing those dreams with the negative programming and thoughts in our head of not being worthy enough. So think about that, anyone that's listening. You can turn those thoughts right around, especially when you're made aware and you start to be really aware of what you're thinking. When you think about something you love and you want to go chase after it, like a new hobby, or maybe there's a new position within your workplace you would love to achieve. What is the next thought that comes into your mind? Be really aware of that. And if it isn't the right kind of encouragement, think about this. I always like to envision that my daughter is in front of me or my son's in front of me, and that internal voice that just replied to my dream, if it's a negative voice, could you imagine saying that negative thought to your child? And most likely you'd be like, absolutely not. I would never say that to my child. So it's just an awareness I would like to create. I'm working on that all the time. I listen and I think, okay, is that really correct? Is that really helpful? And if it isn't, I just go and feed into my mind the complete opposite of what that thought is, that drifted in, that negative thought or value that I'm giving myself. Good question. Draw at least one more card if it makes sense. Yes, for sure. Yeah. So I am going to take a swig of water here. And before I start reading cards, for anyone that is local to the Dawson Creek, British Columbia, in Canada area, Our next monthly dinner is going to be taking place April 14th at 5:30, and I've chosen the location Flavors 8. Flavors 8, April 14th at 5:30 p.m. I will be there, and a few of our listeners that have steadfastly been supporting us right from the very beginning will be there. And they are all like me, just very friendly and excited to have conversations with people that have same ideas as us and want to explore how to have a more uplifting life. Talk about the metaphysical, the paranormal, all those things that make me really excited and happy. And I'm sure that there's a lot of you out there who would love to have conversations like that. This publisher has a strong following in Vancouver, BC. I'm from Portland, Oregon. Wow, I did not know that. Isn't that fitting? Because we're in BC. That's cool, Parlor Slouch. Thanks for that. I appreciate that information. And wow, from Oregon. I love Oregon. We try to go there once a year back when we were younger. The ocean and the landscape is so beautiful. I'm so happy to have you in here. All right, so I have Janice, Kathy, Achilles, B, and Doris. If there's anyone else who'd like a card reading, make sure you put your name in the chat room saying you would like one. And then I'm going to start here. I'm going to grab my deck. This is the deck I always use. I think we're going to go back to one camera now. And what we normally do is I turn the camera over. So I'm just going to, I guess I got to add it to stage, don't I? Gonna turn it around, turn it around. Here we are. You can see I'm gonna see if I can't get a better view. Okay, I think you can see pretty good there. Yeah, wonderful. So here's my deck that I love to use. I've used this from the very start of my tarot reading career. I absolutely love this deck. And Golden Tarot by Cat Black. I know, pretty cool, hey? Yes, Jen, you can get one too. Where is my list here? I think I better move this over and add Jen underneath Doris's name. There we go. I know, this platform StreamYard, I really like it. Really like it. So this deck is by Cat Black, and the publishers of it are the US Games, which generally, I mean, I'm okay with US Games, but it's not actually my go-to publisher generally for tarot, and yet this is my first deck, and it has been one that I've never stopped using. It's kind of my deck. And it's interesting because I did a card reading with another deck for one of my regulars, and we both agreed that we wanted to use the other deck the next time. It was okay, but you know, everyone has these favorite decks that they've been using, and they just always find that the messages resonate. Yeah, it is. Great box, packaging, and book. If you're talking about Bodicia's Tarot, absolutely. And this one too. Like you have to think like this is 20 years old and it's in great condition. This box has held. It's very, very heavy duty cardboard. My book has lasted. It's in great shape. And I was reading my tarot every day for many years. So, it's there. Let's see. We can leave that like that. The Golden Tarot. The gilding on the cards is getting worn out, but that's all right. It's still pretty shiny. It's very, very shiny. Yes. So don't be shy. Oh, I did say that I was going to check on Instagram. Let me go look in here. Is there join? Add a comment. I'm just going to say here, if you'd like a card pulled for you, please add a comment with your name. Let's try. I'm still trying to learn what to do with Instagram. I know that you can watch, but I just find like I'm wondering about if I can see their comments, because for some reason it seems like Instagram doesn't come through. Okay. Janice, let's do this. I keep wanting to move my microphone, but that wouldn't be a good idea because we need the microphone. Technology during podcasts is always it really is. StreamYard has so many amazing things that I could use, and as soon as I'm done with the store, I'm going to be taking some classes because I know there's a lot of things available to me that we could implement in the show. Okay, so just a quick little prayer. All right. So this is for Janice. Oh, that's the one. That's the one. I feel like your card is just like right there. Okay, that's the one. Here we go. Okay, Janice. Here we go. 7 of Swords is your past card. I feel like someone was trying to get away with as much as they could. They were being very greedy and taking a lot more than their share. This is the past. So they're talking about someone that was, just trying to get away with more than what was their fair share. I'm sure you'll know what that means. And right now, let me look at this. Right now, interesting. Right now, this person feels like they got away with it. And now they hold all the keys and they hold all the power. So they took way more than they should have. I feel like it's like actual material things, and they are sitting here very proud. I'm really swirling with this message, and they're feeling pretty proud of themselves, a little coy, and like they're so smart that they got away with it. And they're actually kind of boastful about it. With the right people, that they're not being shy about what they've done and what they've taken. And they feel like it was all in fair game. Everything was in fair play. So the thing is that they are going to, the future card is showing here that they, as a result of this, that they are going to run into some misfortune. Karma is going to find them, and they are not going to be triumphant over this. It's almost like they've tainted themselves now, and their reputation is soiled. And so they're going to miss out on opportunities. People are going to not trust this person. So they've lost their standing. They're almost in this disillusionment of thinking like that people see them as being so smart and crafty, and that's a very valuable thing, and yet people are not seeing them that way. I feel like they are going to not, they're going to lose their position. I feel like it's almost like a family thing, where everyone is going to end up shunning this person because of their deceit and that they can't be trusted. If someone kept a paper journal, there's a pattern. Yes, for sure. Well, I hope that's helpful, Janice. That was an interesting one for you. Okay, anyone joining or listening, please let me know. I'm just going to check Instagram here. We've got welcome to Ashley Vise and Walla Walla Moose, and Wisdom Rising Somatics is also listening. Thank you so much for checking out the show. And if you would like a card reading, you just let me know. Put your name in the comments there. So we're moving on to Kathy. Kathy is next on the list. Okay. Oh, Kathy, this one popped out. Let's see. All right. I'm feeling done. Kathy, this one. And all right, this one. Let's see what came out for you. There. Oh, isn't that interesting? You guys saw me and how I would love, okay, Raheem, welcome. Absolutely, would love to give you a reading. Had seasoned professionals agree to disagree, tries to remain steady. Okay. Raheem. Okay, so Kathy, what are we getting on here? The past card for me is telling me that you've been feeling like in the past that you were not part of the group and that you haven't been part of like the functioning society. You've been away. You've been away from your profession. You've been away from, just a 9-to-5 kind of existence where you're contributing to a community or like a workplace. I'm seeing that it's upside down. So you haven't been making a wage. This card, however, in the present is you're feeling a little hopeful, like maybe I could in the future. You're thinking about your future and you're hoping that you could re-enter the work. Like find something where you are contributing. Like I feel like you want to feel useful and I think it would be really good for you as well. It would feel really good to contribute. You did shovel pretty much. Fascinating combination. I know, right? And this card came up again, this time upright. So the Page of Swords came upright. So I feel like for you, Kathy, there's an opportunity here. You haven't lost all hope. The door is not completely closed for you, that you could reinvent yourself in a way and find something where you're a part of it and you contribute and you go to work. It doesn't have to be like the 9-to-5 like I said. It could be like one day a week, but now you're part of this group and they'll be like, well, where's Kathy? Today's her day and we look forward to having her with us and she's part of us and she helps us achieve the goals that we're trying to achieve. So there is a thought for you that you would like to re-enter the workforce at some point. Now, the future here is interesting. I want to tell you that this card to me is the Justice card upside down like this is telling me that I feel like for you, the outcome of of whether or not you will re-enter the workforce, you will reinvent yourself and have this new life experience is still undetermined. There requires more how do I say this? Participation from you, more effort from you. So right now, the way it sits is undecided whether or not you will end up going and taking that fork in the road that takes you into new adventures and new experiences, because you do have the opportunity. That's really interesting, like that card, and I was feeling like the opportunity and slipping through your hands. That's what I'm thinking about for you. I feel like right now there's a lot of indecisiveness and you're waffling back and forth and you haven't made a commitment. Very interesting. And Kathy, even in my life, I have this card called the Covenant, and it keeps coming up for me, and it finally made sense. The Covenant was the plan that I laid out on the timeline of when to close the store and all the timeline of when I do the discounts, and they wanted me to stick with it because if anyone knows me, I can get very easily distracted and I start just getting lost in all the little details, and then next thing you know, 3 months have gone by, but they are really holding me to the task. And it's interesting because this today, when I put it all together, I just said, thank you. I get it and I will honor it. And it's kind of neat because now I feel more than ever I need to honor that covenant. And I know there is something incredible coming out of all of this for me, even though I don't know what my future holds for me once I leave the retail store behind. I just know that it's in my perfect and highest and greatest good that I follow the covenant, follow the plan. So Kathy, that's the same for you. They're asking you to make a plan, make a covenant with them, and you will have the opportunity for a bright new beginning. So that is for Kathy. And Achilles is next. I hope I'm saying that right. I know some of these are like letters. And hi, Rhonda, my girl. I just love how life is treating you. It was so great to catch up with you, and I'm so happy you joined me. If you want me to pull cards for you, you just let me know in the chat, okay? And I'll add you to the list. That's what we're doing tonight. We're pulling cards. I know that I said I was going to do a sleep hypnotherapy, but in all honesty, I completely forgot. So it's written down for next week, and I put it in my phone. So let's hope I remember, because I know people struggle with having really good sleep, and I want to give you that gift at the end. Thanks, me too. Rhonda says yes. So we're going to add Rhonda. And my Crystal, I swear to God, I saw you today on the street. I was like, is that Rhonda or Crystal? Maybe. So Crystal, I'm adding you to the list. I felt like I saw you today. I've been doing a lot of work where I'm just standing at the counter. And so I'm looking out. Hi, Heather. Welcome. You made it. Absolutely. There'll be time for you to have a card. Let's add your name in there. Everyone's coming out of the woodwork now. Wonderful. Okay. So, Achilles, this is for you. Oh, okay. Here, this one. And I'm feeling like right here. Okay, let's do this. Achilles. Oh, I love seeing this card come up. Wow, you have some wonderful cards here. So the past card is talking about that you they're talking about that you had plenty. You didn't need anything, and that you had a lot of resources at your disposal. Hey, Kathy, hello. Hi, I made it too. Add Kathy and that name, please, for cards. Kathy, you just had your card read. You just missed it. I hope you heard it. If not, you'll have to rewind, like watch the show again after the show. But you have had your card read. So an Achilles, I see here again, like your past is showing that you had a lot of skills, a lot of resources at your disposal, and anything you needed to perform, you had what you needed. Everything was supplied for you. And let me look at here. But the thing is presently, it's almost like you feel like you, again, like this is like that card that we pulled as the theme for this. Hi, it's my birthday. Okay, for sure, Geminiaries. I'm going to add you in here. Geminiaries, you will get a card. Wilfred wants a card too. All right, Wilfred, I'll add you to the list. So, Achilles, this card here for your present, it feels like you've hit the ceiling. You feel like you have plenty. You've achieved plenty, and yet you feel like, is this it? Like, could there be more? Yes, there's more. There's always more. But we have to step out into something uncomfortable, remove ourselves from the comfortable into the uncomfortable, and start having a new experience. So for you, I feel as though there are some interesting opportunities coming your way, but they're so far out of your scope of what you're comfortable with. You haven't really given them the attention that they deserve. So I want to encourage you to revisit some of those interesting propositions that have come your way, because I think one of them will be incredibly good for you, because your final card is showing strength. And I feel like there's going to be, I keep hearing like a collaboration of a team. You're going to find yourself with new contemporaries that each bring their unique piece, and it's going to create this. I feel like there's two other people, and you will all unite. You'll be a group of 3, and it's going to be very strong. It's going to be a strong union. It's going to be something that has actually been like written in the stars for you and these other 2 people. You were always meant to collaborate and get together. And it's going to be very interesting because you're all going to be coming from different backgrounds, and yet together you guys are going to create something incredible. And that's so cool, because now I understand why I heard this, and it sunk in so deeply when I was listening to a podcast earlier. They were talking about how this collaboration with this certain person had never even crossed their minds. And yet it was Bryce Zabel. He was talking about some kind of collaboration he did. And he said, we come from such different backgrounds, and yet what we created was so strong because we each were bringing strengths to the table. Okay, so that is for you, Achilles. I am so excited for you. If you are brave enough and you want to step out and actually create another chapter in your life, there's always time for another adventure. Okay, B, you are next, my girl. For B, we are going to read cards until 9:15. My list ends with Wilfred. So far I have B, Doris, Jen, Raheem, Rhonda, Crystal, Heather, Geminiaries, and Wilfred. So I think that's all we're going to have time for, because it seems like Spirit is just like really talking tonight. So all right, this is for B. Okay, B, here's your one. those two. I see it right there. Nope, it's this one. Okay, there we go. All right, let's flip this up. Huh, interesting. So this is this card, this like this, and then here. We're pulling some of the same cards again. I just love this. So here we are, B. I see here a missed opportunity to take a trip. There was a trip booked and it got canceled. Some kind of adventure got canceled. This is the past card. So I'm sorry to hear that. That was kind of disappointing for you. It was something that you'd been planning on and that you were looking forward to, or someone that you know that's very close to you had a trip planned and it was canceled. And as a result, this person has a tendency to like start moping and start building on, as soon as one bad thing happens, then it just starts to stack. And they just can't, they have a very difficult time seeing the brightness and the positiveness in life. And so there's someone affected by this trip that they were disappointed as well, or maybe it's with you, but you're also like, you feeling like really depressed over this missed opportunity of travel, or this person that's very close to you, they're moping about this and they're feeling sorry for themselves. And I want you to know that right now there is a new opportunity for travel coming. So I think that it's important to just start focusing on the positives in your day. I want you to start, instead of focusing on what didn't happen, start thinking about what could happen. Easter's coming up. There's always opportunities. Just because one trip falls through, there are 1,000,000,001 opportunities to take other trips, right? So I want you to know that there are some opportunities coming your way for a trip replacement. And again, we don't understand why sometimes things fall through, but it's always for our highest and greatest good. There was something that you were being protected from. So take solace in that and give thanks. I like to think about missed opportunities or things that I miss out on. There is a reason, and it helps me turn that frown upside down. So that's what I'd like to remind you, or you can remind the person that you're close to that's struggling with the missed trip, because there's another trip coming and you're going to feel on top of the world. Wonderful. And this is going to be a trip where you are going to find your mind expanded. So wherever you're going to go on this trip, you're going to learn some things. You're going to travel. So I love this I feel as though this could be travel regarding a hobby, or there's going to be something where it's something that you enjoy doing already. And so this trip is going to be surrounding that activity. There's going to be like a point of interest, or you're going to be visiting something and you're going to find it's very stimulating for you, very interesting, and it's going to spark some new ideas for you. It could be like visiting a big greenhouse wherever you go on your trip, or it could be visiting a flea market and then you see some artisan's table and you think, oh my goodness. And so I think that you're going to be exposed to something that's going to inspire you, B. So wonderful. That's your reading for you. I feel it was an important reason for the cancellation of the trip. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And I love that you say it that way. And you've already got another trip coming, so I wouldn't be too worried about it. Okay. All right. Doris is next. Kathy, I don't know what you mean. Not sure I hear Nat name, but she is Tursus. So I don't know what that means. You talked faster than I could type. Meeting a Facebook friend I haven't met. Oh, that's so cool. I love that. Thank you for the confirmation too. That's so neat. So yes, don't you worry about it. It just wasn't exactly the right time for the both of you. But something is already cooking. And look, like you said, next month. Something is not going to have been there the month before, and so it's going to be really good for you. It's going to be the better time for you guys to meet. Okay, this is for Doris. For you, Doris. All right, Doris. Let's see here for Doris. And there. We're all sharing the same cards, I think. I'm talking too fast. Okay, here we go. Let's take a quick look here. Instagram. No, I'm not sure. I don't see anybody there. Okay, so this is a reading for Doris. Doris, there's something that came your way, an opportunity to do something completely different in your life. Nat is a Taurus. We are here. I've got a Wilfred. I don't know who Nat is, but that's cool. Sorry, Kathy. I'm just going to be reading for Doris. So, Doris, you had an opportunity that you were just not able to let go and go with it. You just were struggling so much to take that leap of faith. And so there was an opportunity missed. But like I say all the time, there is no wrong decision in our lives when we're making choices. We're only able to do the things according to how much we have evolved or we're ready, our souls are learned enough. So because we're here learning, we're having an human experience. So the present card is showing very interesting because you didn't take the opportunity and go into it naively or frivolously. So I want to tell you that actually this was favorable for you not having done this. Just like I was saying, I guess for you this was the right choice. You were not meant to take that opportunity. I don't think that all of the pitfalls and the possibilities were revealed to you, Doris. So this King of Coins sitting in this position is showing me that you are totally standing where you're supposed to be. You're earning your keep. You're in the right place at the right time, exactly where you're supposed to be in your job. However you make money and commerce, you are doing very well. You're established, and it was the right decision not to take that opportunity. So the future card here is showing me that there is... They want you to turn down some kind of travel. Again, they want to, I feel like for you that there are, people sometimes see someone that is thriving and doing really well, and they're attracted to that, like honey to the bee, to the flower, right? Bees to the honey. And so you are attracting a lot of unsolicited interest. And so people are vying for your attention. And I want you to know that there is an opportunity coming your way where someone is, they're just not, they haven't put the time or the work in, and they are hoping to collab with you in order to boost themselves up and to give their brand, their whatever they are doing for work in a public, just having association with you is going to elevate the merit and the credibility of them. And so you are being urged not to go on this venture. Interesting. They want me to pull you another card, Doris, so I'm going to do that for you right now. Yeah. This person actually would be very deceitful and would be watching you and taking notes about everything. Hi, Michelle Johns. Thanks for joining. If you want, I can try and see if I've got time to do a reading for you. You can just say yes, please, in the comments. So, Doris, I think right now, I feel like it could be a great time to just envision that protective dome over you, your home, your business, and just to let some things be deflected off that dome. I feel like that would be very useful for you. I want you to think about the four corners of your places of where you do business and where you live, and establish a dome covering corner to corner, and call in your team for protection. And discernment is the word I'm getting, because there's definitely people that want to take advantage of your good fortune and your hard work. Okay, next reading, and I hope you found that helpful, Doris. This is for Jen. Jen, you are next. Okay. Where is, oh, Crystal's up there. I thought for a second, I've done that before. I've forgotten somebody's name. What do you think of my mug? My husband picked that one for tonight. Isn't that cute? Or the next time I have multiple things going on right now. You betcha, girl. No worries. Michelle Johns, I'm just so happy that you found me. Make sure to give it a like, a thumbs up, or subscribe, and then we'll see you the next Wednesday. I'm probably reading cards again then. Or no, we're not, because it's April 1st, so we're going to be doing all our zodiac signs then. Our favorable days and our least favorable days. That's always an important show to listen to. Okay, Jen, here we go. I am feeling like we're ready for you, Jen. Interesting. That King of Coins showed up again right in the center like the other reading. Okay, so Jen, for you, you've been really struggling to find stability in your career. So that's basically what it's saying. And so your finances haven't been a steady income. Excuse me, it fluctuates. It's been high and then it's low. Makes me think of like my husband when he used to work at a pulp mill. And it seemed like every Christmas, like just before Christmas, they would shut the pulp mill down and we would have no income coming in, barely any. And with kids and whatnot, I said to my husband, this is so not dependable. We need a dependable income so that I don't have to worry every Christmas how I'm going to make Christmas special, because I love Christmas. So for you, I feel like in the past here, they're just acknowledging that you've really been struggling to find stability in your income, having a nice bank account where you feel safe, because your bills are being met and you have a little bit for fun too. You've been wanting to travel and that's just not been happening for you. Good then, and thank you. Okay, so Jen, this center card, present card, is saying things are going to change for you. If they haven't already started to, you're going to notice, I see they're telling me you're going to get like a promotion or a raise, something bountiful is going to happen for you in your career or how you earn money that is going to give you that stability. They're telling me it's almost like a residual income. So like, you know how when you get you say that you were in a sitcom or something and now they're airing that sitcom years and years later, but you get that little residual payment every time that show is aired. I feel like for you it's some sort of steady income. As a realtor, for me, I always said my steady income back in the day, I found being a property manager was great because if I had a slow month selling houses, I always had my monthly rental properties that I was looking after, where I would get a small percentage for looking after the properties for the owners. So that's kind of how I feel for you. And this is going to just take the edge off of all of your woes about finances. And you're going to finally be able to feel like you're the king and you are finally in control more and you're able to make choices. Wow, this future card here. Your future is showing, they're telling me that there is something karmically tied to how you've been earning money and why it's been so unstable. In your past life, there's been an experience where you had a lot and for some reason you didn't use it in the most high and best way. It was abused somehow. And so you've kind of made yourself have penance for this. Like you need to suffer a little and you need to work hard for your money. And so with this new residual income, it's going to breathe life into you. And I say that all the time. When we start feeling good and we're having positive experiences, we have a lot more grace and space for everyone. And we're not so tightly wound and so short-tempered or impatient. And I feel like for you, this is going to be very healing. And you're going to start to feel a little, you're going to feel light and hopeful. And it's going to allow you to move through. You are supposed to break this karmic promise that you gave yourself. You're finished. If you want to be, you have the opportunity based on this residual income that you're going to be getting. That's going to help you be have a more dependable income. It's going to give you the opportunity to embrace having money and not to feel bad about it. You've got a chance all over again to do wonderful things with it. All right. How are we doing for time? 8:44. Yikes. Raheem, here we go. You are the next contestant. You're welcome. I hope that makes sense for you, Jen. All right. Raheem. Here we go. Okay. Okay, Rain. Oh my gosh. What a beautiful spread for you. Gosh. Lucky guy. So Raheem, for you, in the past, they're talking about that you have been very focused. You haven't had the opportunity to do a lot of distractions or fun. You've been very steadfastly fixated on a goal. There's something that you've wanted and you've actually gone without or not taken part in some festivities or not gone on that trip, or you were very focused on something, and I feel like this was a very important to get yourself established. There was something you needed to do, and you were very focused about it, that you did sacrifice something. So they want to acknowledge the sacrifices you made in order to achieve the goal that you are achieving. And I guess this is for the home, because the next card is this Lover's card. And I want you to know that it has not gone unnoticed, the sacrifices you made in order for you to enjoy stability and to have a stable home. Your marriage, your home is I would just want to say it's been blessed. It's a union that was meant to happen. Your children were meant to happen. And I mean, everybody's children were meant to happen. But I just want to say that you were always meant to have each other in this lifetime. That this was a correct, not correct isn't the right word, but for your highest and greatest purpose, this union had to happen. And so it has happened. And you are fulfilling your highest and greatest good timeline as far as this union you've created. There's loyalty in your home. There is blessings upon your home. It's fertile. I feel as though if you wanted to have another child, it would be beautiful. There would be, oh, that's funny, because the next picture, there's a bunch of children in there. So if you are thinking about having a child, I'm really sensing they want to let you know that you will be blessed, you will be looked after, it will be a wonderful addition to your home. I see you as like, I see you as taking, they're showing me like you are very good with children. And so I sense this almost this protective energy around the youth. And I feel like this is part of your calling. I'm not sure what your goals are, but they are really showing me that your future is going to involve mentoring or being a leader of the youth. So I'm going to leave that with you. You have like the oxen sitting here, very blessed. Like I feel as though you really have an opportunity here, Rahim, to live a purposeful life. You're on the right track for great fulfillment and great purpose, to fulfill your life's purpose. You are equipped to do it. So I'm just going to leave that with you. That's a beautiful reading. Wow. Okay, Rhonda, are you there, girl? It's like everybody waits for their name. Oh, Rahim, I'm getting shivers. All right, Rhonda, let's see what comes out for you. My girl, Rhonda. Okay, let's do this. Rhonda. Oh, wow. Interesting. All right, Rhonda. I feel like I have a little Oh, you're welcome, Raheem. I'm glad that you found it helpful and it was a good reading for you. Rhonda, I have to laugh because when I get this card, for me, it's like when the cow jumps over the moon. So in the past, there's something about you that you were like, I'm shivering like crazy. For you, you were like, well, that's never going to happen. Or I'm not looking for that. Like when the cow jumps over the moon, maybe. So this card is the past card. So it's talking about there's something that's in your life that you said, I don't think that's ever going to happen. I'm not interested. It's not on my radar. Right now, I'm busy slaying life. So this middle card, so this is your present life right now. Your cups are full, so full. Your life is so full and wonderful right now that you're having to balance it. And you're trying to keep control over how much is too much, and there's this real feeling like I've got to regulate this. I have to keep some control over this. And so I want you to know, this is so beautiful, that the things that are happening in your life for the positive, they were orchestrated for you. They were orchestrated from above. And you know what that means. This is an opportunity for you to once again taste from the cup of life. And there's a little picture up here from heaven above. So this is what I'm telling you. From heaven above, this new life that you're enjoying right now and worried about how fast to go, how slow to go, is this too much, is this too little? I want you to know your future card is absolutely beautiful. It's the sun. You deserve this. And they want you to go full force ahead and enjoy your life. You're being celebrated on this side and on the other side. This is meant to be. This is very important for you. The card underneath is just as beautiful. It's showing community. It's showing festivities. It's showing mingling, having fun, and it's your time. It's your time. So that's your reading. I absolutely love that, Rhonda. I feel like that really is a beautiful reading for you, and I know you know what that all means. So I love how they came and said just exactly what needs to be said. Crystal, you're next. Let's do your card reading next. For Crystal. Wonderful. Thank you, everyone, again. I love you too. I love you too, Rhonda. Thank you, everyone, for listening and supporting the show. If you haven't already, I would love a thumbs up. If you're listening on Facebook or on YouTube, those really matter. Those really matter for me because I really am thinking that we're going to start, once the stores finish, I've got some ideas of maybe growing this. So let's keep going. All right, Crystal. This is for Crystal. Right there. And they want this one flipped up. Okay, what do we got here? Okay. All right, Crystal. I'm seeing that there was a battle lost, Crystal. The past is showing that there was a position of a high point that was lost. So there was something lost. There was some peace that was taken away from you, and everything was set upside down. I think that you also got some bad advice about something. So they're acknowledging this is the past. There's something here that you believed in and you kind of put all your eggs in one basket about, and it turned out to be a big disappointment. But I want you to know in this present here that you have taken those lessons learned and they have made you wiser. There aren't mistakes. There are only lessons that we've asked to learn. So you are not having had gone through those things for nothing. You're much wiser for it. You're sitting here and you're reflecting, and it's not that you're left without want. Like you have things. You didn't lose out completely from that battle, in the sense that you're left penniless or you don't have, the comforts. It's just that it didn't turn out exactly how you had expected it to and how you wanted it to turn out. So I want you to know that right now you're in this reflective time. And I want you to also know that you're not completely out of it yet. There is still the possibility of another bite. I see a little scorpion in the picture down here. Oh, and I'm getting a tear. So, Crystal, I'm really sorry that you're having this experience and this disappointment. But I also want you to know that this little bite or this last little attack on you, it doesn't have to happen. I'm getting the word peace. I think it'll be super important for you to remain composed. Composed when this little attack comes, because if you can remain composed, you're going to come out of this. This is when you master this last little bit of trying to hurt you, it's like gloating almost. Whatever happened, the person or the like whoever came out on top and you didn't, in some sense, like it's not the whole thing was lost, but you've lost something, and you're like, wow, I will never do that again, and I've learned some things. I want you to know that they are telling you not to become bitter. And they're encouraging you not to become bitter. Don't let this taint who you are. You are actually going to, they actually want you to take a trip in your future. If you haven't planned a trip, I think that, if you can pick a time in late fall, winter, and go somewhere, wherever that is, it's over water. You need to cross water, and I feel like there's some healing that needs to take place. You're going to find it very healing for you. I'm sorry, I'm so dry. So dry. So Crystal, I hope that makes sense for you. I feel like you've just had a bit of a disappointment and things have not turned out exactly the way you want them to, but you're not without everything. You have some, and you are okay, and you're really in a reflective time right now. They're saying it's not completely over. There's going to be one more sting or attack, but you're going to be okay. Just remain composed. Know that it's the last dig. And then once that is over, and even in the midst of it, when it's happening, maybe what will help you remain calm during that is just taking time out in the evenings and planning that trip. All right, that is a reading for you, Crystal. It seems like you need to go away. I kind of feel like eat, pray, and love. Like, go find yourself again. You need some time away from the situation, from the environment. All right, Heather, are you ready, girl? We're going to go right up. We've got Heather, Gemineries, Wilfred, and Michelle. From Nat and Wilfred. Kathy, we are enjoying your live tonight. Thank you, and I'll watch the replay later. Thank you so much. Okay, wonderful. Well, there will be a reading for you for Nat and for Wilfred. Okay. All right. But for right now, you're welcome, Crystal. I hope that makes sense for you. Okay. So, this is for Heather. And thank you for listening and being patient. Okay, Heather. This one wants to come along too, so I'm going to do that. Interesting. Interesting. Okay, Heather, what have I got for you? Oh. So, Heather, in the past, it's talking about... Interesting. Just give me a sec here. I want to see. Sorry, sometimes I kind of fight it, right? Heather, okay, I'm just going to tell you what I see here. Because sometimes I think I'm trying to make sense of it and I don't need to make sense of it. So Heather, for you, I see that there was a freedom. You had in the past this freedom that you, it seems like you had a naivety around you and you had there's this opportunity for you where you felt like you could do anything. You had this freedom about you and you were feeling it was a very naive kind of feeling. You were very free. You were kind of just going with whatever you wanted to do. And you were living life really full. So the present here is talking about, there is this idea that you've been kind of like saving and stockpiling and working hard. So the past was fun and play. Now you've been buckling down. You're putting money away. You're strategically thinking and becoming more studious about how to look after your money and your future. You're learning things about that because you're trying to ensure that next chapter of your life goes smoothly, like you transition into that next phase of whatever it is that you're looking to do with yourself. There's a feeling like you don't want to be caught unaware or disappointed or left without. So there's a lot right now of like squirreling away, getting ready. There's a lot of preparation happening. And I want you to know that the future card here is saying that you have someone as well with you that's on the same page. They're working towards the same goals you are. So you're not doing this alone. And that you're both very optimistic about your future because you're taking the time to plan things out and to plot them out. So that's really good for you. Let me just see here if there's anything else they want to say. Yeah, you're going to avert by being studious and educating yourself, you're going to avert some of the pitfalls other people may fall into. And I really feel like this is almost like retirement planning or something. So I'm going to leave that reading with you, Heather. That's what I got in the cards. Interesting. You never know what comes out, right? Okay, so I have Geminis next. Yes, Heather, that's what I got for you. And it's confirming it for me, so keep doing what you're doing. You're doing very good as far as your planning and learning things. So this next reading is for Geminis. Geminis. One of our new listeners, I think. That's awesome. You're welcome, Heather. Okay. There. Ooh. So, Geminis, I see here, there's an opportunity that came your way, and for some reason, it was denied of you. It wasn't your choice not to pursue this opportunity, but something came in the way and you were unable to take that next step. Like I feel like it's almost like, when there's a minor and an adult is making the choices for you, so you don't really have that much of a say. That's the feeling I get. It's as though it could be like a husband and wife, or like a husband and husband situation. I don't know what this is, but there's an authority figure that kind of trumped everything, and you did not pursue an opportunity that was brought to you. So that's kind of sad to see, although you are doing exactly what you're supposed to be doing. So everything is for a purpose. Presently, I see this like, okay, so there is definitely an imposing figure in your life. I feel like this is a female figure, and she really has an opinion about everything. And her opinion weighs heavily with you. I want you to know, though, that she comes with a lot of baggage. Like, she has had some really not so great experiences in her life. Therefore, when she gives you advice, it's jaded, it's cynical, it's like her heart's in the right place. She's trying to prevent you from having experienced anything uncomfortable, or it's like that helicopter parent. And yet, for you to live an authentic life, you need to have experiences. You need to have the experience of disappointment. And so the reason why she is giving you and trying to dominate you isn't out of hate or jealousy. She's just very protective of you. But I need you to know that if you continue doing this, you're not living your authentic life. This person is over dominant over you, and you are almost like suffocating and giving up who you are. And I don't think that you realize the cost. So they're just bringing to light for you, Geminis, the importance of being true to yourself. There's something that you're denying of yourself, and it's one of these big life lessons for you. This is something that you set up for yourself to see if you would have what it takes to rise above it. So I want to encourage you. It's like push through that ceiling, go into those uncomfortable places, be brave, do things that maybe aren't exactly the way the people you look up to think you should do them, because when it's all said and done and your days on earth are finished, they're not going to be standing there with you and having a life review and seeing all the things and missed opportunities you didn't take on. And so I always want to remind people, like, make sure you're living and making this count, your time here on planet Earth. So I want to really encourage you to pursue what makes your heart sing, okay? I hope that was helpful for you. I don't think it's so much about taking this person completely out of your life. That's not what this is about. It's more about you finding your own voice and start doing things that you want to do. All right, Gemineries, that is the reading for you. Now, okay, oh, Lindsay, only because it's you, I'll do it for you. Okay, last one is Lindsay. All right, Wilfred. We're going to do Wilfred and Nat, and then we have Michelle. Well, we have Wilfred first, Michelle, and then Nat, and then Lindsay. Okay. Okay. Let's go and see what Wilfred has got. Okay, Wilfred. I see a cut right here that wants to happen. And I'm feeling like I want to turn it over. Okay. This card and this card. Okay. All right, Wilfred. The past is talking about how for a time you were out of work. It's talking about a career, your trade, a loss of a trade. So I don't know if you lost a job. Yeah, it's just talking about how you've lost out on a job. I'm not sure why they feel like they want to acknowledge that, but sometimes they give us information from our past because it helps us go, oh, yeah, that did happen. So this is related to a trade. So this is like work related and you lost out on something. And then this present card is you're feeling... there's like this feeling of like, I don't have everything I need. I don't feel settled. I don't have people in my life that are like, I feel like in the home itself that you're feeling a want and a need. They're really talking about the home and the relationships, like a partner and children. They're talking about that's been turned upside down for you and that you really crave that. You want that in your life. So they're seeing that about you. You feel like there's not a lot of loyalty in your life, Wilfred, and for that I'm really sorry that you're experiencing that. The future, I just see they're making it more clear for me now. They're talking about like there's this lady figure in your life that kind of took away your home and what was beautiful in it and disrupted everything. And so you're feeling very like lost and empty. Missing things. This is very family orientated. So either it's it's a mother or it's like a partner. It's a female figure. Let me pull. Yeah. You've escaped the situation, but you're carrying scars within you. So this reading for you, Wilfred, he is retired. Perfect. Okay, so that could be the loss of the trade, right? So that's awesome. I'm glad. Okay. I just feel like you're carrying a little bit of baggage and scars and wounds from a relationship. And I they want to remind you that you're still alive and kicking. And that doesn't mean that that has to be the story for the rest of your life, Wilfred. So they're encouraging you to not let this experience define you. So I'm going to leave that with you. Yeah, Gemini, sometimes it's something very simple. Like say you wanted to go and take a night class. And you were discouraged from doing it. There's just someone in your life that's very dominant, I've sensed. They were showing me that is kind of like if they give their opinion, then you kind of just say, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'll just do that. And they're wanting you to just, I think I mixed my cards up while I was talking here. They want you just to start. So what if you make a mistake? There are no mistakes. So they want you to be a little bit more brave and a little bit more experimental with your life. Do things, even if this woman figure in your life doesn't think it's the right thing, because you're going to discover things about you that you're very passionate about. Okay, here we go. So that's for Wilfred. Michelle is next. Hopefully that was helpful for you, Wilfred. Yeah. There we go. Sometimes it takes like us sleeping on it or thinking about it. Ask for a sign, Gemini's, and you will get it. All right, Michelle, here we go. For Michelle. Oh, finally, she's in the right position. Here we go, Michelle. So Michelle, it's talking about in the past that you were in a very comfortable place in your life. Your emotions were met. You felt very satisfied. You felt like you were very you were fulfilling and adding and contributing to society. You had loyalty around you, purity around you, like really good people supporting you. So, and you had enough that you were even sharing with others. So you were in a place where, like, say you wanted to donate and throw a $5 bill, extra when you were buying the raffle ticket for a nonprofit, that kind of situation. They're just talking about your past. It is just a very nice place to be. But they're talking about right now that there has been a shuffling happening and you're feeling discombobulated. Right now you're feeling a bit vulnerable. Why? Oh, there's been some untruths, somebody that's not being completely transparent, maybe trying to pull a quick one. You've discovered it and it's kind of set you off. You're like, you're not sure where you stand, because up to this point you've had nothing but like a lot of good experiences and good they're telling me good partnerships with people, and you've just recently had kind of a bad experience. 100%. Okay, so it's kind of throwing you off your equilibrium. You're feeling a little bit disempowered. This has affected your income. but they're cautioning you again, don't wear this as a badge. Don't take this identity on and continue it. They really, really want you to just focus. I'm really swirling here. So I feel like for you, it's really important to work through those feelings. If you have someone safe that you can talk to, and be very selective of who you're doing this confiding with. But I feel like you really need to work through this as quickly as you can so that you bounce back, because there is there is the worry that you're going to start looking at everybody else and start being wondering and suspicious of other people. Yeah. It's very important for you that you to be reminded that you have loyal people in your life. You have people that are ride or die friends, and don't let this taint you, and don't let this deter you from your goal. You're working towards something. You've been building it for quite some time, and don't let this derail you. Sometimes what is required is some really good grounding, maybe taking a drive into a national park or a provincial park. Do something where you're getting back to nature for a little bit, or take yourself completely out of your environment is what I'm really trying to get at, so that you feel discombobulated and not around familiar things, and so you can find yourself. So by feeling a little bit out of your element and all in a brand new environment, you're going to remember who you are, is what I'm getting, and you're going to see that you are a very strong, empowered person, and you are on a divine path, and you need to just pick up and keep going. Don't let this derail you. Okay, that is for Michelle. And Nat is next. Oh, you're welcome, Michelle. Amazing. Don't forget the little thumbs and the like and the subscribe, guys. That'll really help me out. Okay. What do you see me doing work-wise? I don't know, Nazfila, but I'm loving all this advice. I'm glad that you're enjoying it, Lindsay. Okay, Nat. There we go. Let's do Nat next. Nazi, I think I can take a quick look, and then I got to go because this is stretching out way too long. I don't want to say no to anyone. I know, I'm thinking I'm going to do these more often. That's kind of letting the cat out of the bag, but once my storefront is finished and closed up, I might just do a day where it's just readings, or just do 2 happy thoughts with Claudette nights. So here we go. Okay. This is for Nat. For Nat. Interesting, Nat. Nat, it's talking about that you have gone on into a new experience, something brand new. You don't know a lot about it. You're in it for the ride. You're having an experience and you're quite enjoying yourself, and you really don't know where you're going to end up, and that's okay. I love that. You got the Fool. You're beginning a big, important chapter in your life. So this card in the present right now is you are really starting to figure out, you know, how some people say, what's my purpose? Like, why am I here? What am I supposed to be doing? You're really beginning to find yourself. You're finding your purpose. I want you to know that you're going to end up helping a lot of people with whatever that you've embarked on. Nat, I see that you are going to be very fulfilled with this. And you are also being guided from above. Isn't that beautiful? This is not by happenstance. This is what you were meant to do. And know that they want me to let you know that this doesn't mean that this will be the only thing you were meant to do. It is one of many. We often have chapters in our lives. So this is one chapter. It's an incredibly important chapter for you, and you are following it. And I want you to continue to go forward fearlessly and with a lot of drive, because this is very important for you and the things that you wanted to accomplish in your life. They're also talking about a relationship. They're saying that in your future, they see a union, which I love. You're going to be very well matched. I feel like you're going to be possibly in the same kind of like work, same background. There's something very compatible about the two of you, that you're going to be union. Let me look at this. They're showing me the quill for some reason. So it's like, oh, I foresee, Nat, some learning. I think that there's going to be like learning a new set of skills or education, but I don't feel like this is like a trade. I feel like this is more like just more like book learning. This union is going to be really interesting. I feel like for you, Nat, that they're really leaning in towards someone you're going to meet is more of the intellectual side of things. You're going to be very compatible, but this person that you end up being in union with is going to be like more of like, I'm not saying they will be a professor, but I get this sense like, you know, they're more like they're going to deal with paper more than with wrenches. So very interesting. I hope that's helpful for you, Nat. I just see something about education. Okay. Next is Lindsay, and then we'll finish with Nazi about going back to university. Okay, Lindsay, let's get you done. Hey, I know what it's like, and I know how heartbreaking it is not to get in. I don't mind. I quite enjoy doing readings, so let's get you in here, Lindsay and Nazi. All right, this is for Lindsay. Oh, Lindsay, I feel like there are words not being said. You're choking them back. Ooh, what are you holding back on? There's really a lot of emotions and you're hanging on to them and you're not getting them out. Good night, B. Love you. I'm getting this sense from you like you've been through the fire. You feel like the book to how life is supposed to go has been thrown upside down. It's been very tumultuous for you. And you're really like, there's so much that you need to express out of you and you're not able to. You're not feeling like you're getting it out. And I want to really stress this because we don't want to keep that stuff in. So if it means driving out to a back road and just scream, I feel like you've got some stuff you've got to let out. And just do it until you're exhausted. What is it that you need to do? But there is some way that you need to get this out of your system. The way that you'd like to get it out, isn't the right way. These aren't the opinions and feelings that should be expressed with others. And that is odd. Normally I'll say like your throat chakra's blocked but I really get the sense for you that this is stuff that you just need to get out of you, but they're not necessarily, how did we say? Before you speak, let your words pass through three gates. Is it true? Is it necessary? Is it kind? Everybody is needing kind right now. And even though your feelings are valid, and even though they are true for you, they're not necessary. So they really want you to go figure out how to work that out. Some people can write and then burn. So you might want to do that. Whatever you're comfortable with, get all that shit out. Write it out on paper. Write all of the swear words you need to write and then burn that fucker. All right. Write your present. I'm seeing like, this is really interesting for you. Like right now there's stability with money in your trade. I'm seeing, yeah, there's money being earned right now in the community, but it is time sensitive. It's not, yeah, words to live 100%. Okay, good. So for you right now, in your life right now, I feel like someone in your immediate life has a job, like they're working right now. But I want you to know, and they're letting you know, it's temporary. It's not permanent. It's unfortunately, it's not going to last. But enjoy it right now. I feel like put a few coins away for those rainy days when you're going to need it. And it's not a punishment or anything. It's just for whatever reason, there's going to be a change. I'm seeing it, unfortunately, going into the future, that your home, I'm seeing possibly a move or something. Like I'm seeing your home is turned around, and how you've been earning money is going to change. So let me just pull another card so I can see what's going on here. They're really showing me there's a change coming for you. I see like a new community of some sort. Like you're going to have people rallying around you, so you're not going to be alone during this time, and you're going to find a new place for work. So work where you're at right now is going to end. It's not forever. So I'm really feeling like don't put roots, don't do anything that's going to keep you locked in, and don't panic when you find out that there's only a week left of work or work is finished. Because there is something coming for you. You're just going to have to, it's not going to be, I feel like, in the same, if it's not a move, you're going to be with a whole different company, like a whole different group of people than who you've been with. So either this is for you or your partner that you share your household with. So that's what I get for you. And final reading for Nazi. Do you see me going back to the university? Let's find out. Nazi wants to know. Let's see what they want to tell me about Nazi. What do you want to say? There, and this one. Okay. So I'm just going to read it and see what comes out here, Nazi, for you. The Magician upside down. In the past for you, things were not in your control. Things turned upside down for you. You were no longer able to juggle everything that you needed to juggle. There was like this loss of balance for you. So at some point, everything kind of fell like a house of cards and didn't work out. And this is relating to where you live, the people you consider family. There's right now there's some upheaval there. It's not feeling very like prosperous. It's not feeling very settled. It's let me see what else they want me to talk about. There's been a need to make income. There's been a need to go out and really focus on making money so that the home and your situation can kind of become more stable. I want you to know they're talking about your future here. Let me look here. What do they want me? I feel like for you, yeah, I can see that if you wanted to, you could go to university, you could go back, but it won't be without great sacrifice. Like it is a really bumpy road for you to get there. I think that you're going to end up having to give something up that's very near and dear to you in order to go back to university. So that's what I mean by a sacrifice. So it's going to be up to you what you decide to do. So that part of your wanting and needing to go back to university, you will have fulfillment there if you want it, but it won't come without a price. So, you know how they'll say like fame and comes with a cost? I feel like that's the case for you. Like that's what I'm seeing for you. I'm going to pull another card just to finish, Nazi. If you don't go to university, I do sense that they're saying that you will find fulfillment and happiness either way, but one way will come at a cost. It's not that it's a bad choice, but it's a choice that will come at a cost to you. Like I feel like it could be like the ending of a marriage or a union, a relationship, or maybe moving to another city and therefore you're going to lose contact with a child. Like there is something that's important to you that you would literally have to sacrifice in order for you to go to university. Okay? And I'm not saying there's a good or there's a bad. They're saying both will be fulfilling for you, but one will leave you feeling a little bit like you will always be looking and knowing what that cost you. So, wonderful. I'm glad. I'm so glad. Okay, so I'm glad that everything worked out for everyone tonight. I'm going to turn on my music. Love you and leave you. And guys, subscribe. Let's see you next Wednesday when we go over everybody's zodiac signs. I can't wait to see you all in the chat again. And let's remember to sow those seeds of kindness. This world needs it so much. And break through those ceilings. If you feel like that's it and life is so boring because this is it, it isn't it. Push that ceiling out. Open that door and keep going. You're always meant every day to have adventures. Thank you, Rhonda. Amazing. I love you guys. I'm going to head over to my media here. Thank you, Janice. Love everyone. I'm going to leave you with my most favorite song to inspire everyone, and I will see you next week. I'm going to put my headphones on.
Sometimes it's hard to find a reason why when everything is falling. And all that's left to do is try your best to keep holding on to the next sunrise. But you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Sometimes a mountain means it's time to climb higher than you've been before. So hold on tight and close your eyes. You'll make it faster than you know. Closer to the sunrise. 'Cause you're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Where the light is found. Just look inside where light is found. You're stronger than you know. You'll never be alone when everything feels dark around. Just look inside where light is found.